Our story begins with a splash. A young carp swims up to his mother and asks, where did his father go?
Well, I don't know, it's hard to answer. I think he became a dragon.
That's nonsense, Mom. Everyone else in the pond says you're crazy. Fish can't become dragons. Dragons aren't real. It's impossible. That's just a myth, like dragons and unicorns.
Oh, that's rubbish. Don't listen to them. Come over here and I'll tell you about the Dragon's Gate.
The Dragon's Gate? What's that?
Well, that's how you become a dragon, sonny.
This is going to take a long time, so you may want to get some snacks. No, that's all right. I think I can wait for it.
In a far, far away land not found on a map called China, there is a beautiful waterfall. The water fell from a very high mountain through a gate which is guarded by dragons, which is where it gets its name. Legend has it that a hero known as Dayu the Great built a very high and very steep dragon gate in order to control the flood. The powerful flow of the water brought many carp down the river. Carp complained to Dayu the Great, who asked his wife, the Jade Emperor's daughter, for help. She went and spoke to her father, the Jade Emperor, on behalf of the carp. The Jade Emperor promised that if any carp could leap over the dragon gate, then they would become mighty dragons. Thus, every spring that followed, herds of carp would gather at Longmen Falls on the Yellow River under the Dragon Gate to compete to see who would get to become a dragon. After hearing the story, the carp said to his mother, does such a place exist? And she said, yes, it does.
The pond we live in leads to a stream in which there are many small waterfalls. If you swim upstream and climb these small waterfalls, you will come to a waterfall called the Dragon's Gate. If a carp ever succeeds in climbing the waterfalls, the fish will become a dragon. But it's not as easy to get swept away by the rising current, or you get caught by the birds, or the foxes, or a bear, or one of the fishermen along the way. But whoever's brave enough to face their fears and overcome these challenges shall turn into a mighty dragon.
After hearing the story, our little carp decided to go to the Dragon's Gate. He swam up the stream, out of the pond, over the small waterfalls, and he reached the bottom of the Dragon's Gate. And that's where he ran into a bunch of other fish, where he was watching them. They were trying to swim up the waterfall too to become dragons too, but they got swept away by the current, or they got caught by the birds, or they got caught by foxes and bears and the fishermen, right? After sitting there for some time and watching them, he came up with his own plan. He leapt to a small ledge near the bottom of the waterfall and began making his way from ledge to ledge, always keeping close to the rocks and rushing water, out of the reach of the birds and the foxes and the bears and the fishermen. After a long time, he reached the top, where he met a dragon who was guarding the gate. Now all he had to do was get past the dragon. But the dragon wouldn't allow him to pass, saying, "You're the little fish." Now the carp patiently waited and tried to figure out how he could trick the dragon into getting out of his way so he could pass through the gate. So he said to the dragon, "I do not think you're a dragon, you see. Can you prove it to me?" And the dragon said, "How do I do that?" And then he said, "Well, prove it to me that you can fly. Surely if you're a real dragon, you can fly." And you see, this made the dragon very angry as he blew smoke out of his nose and soared up into the sky and began flying. The smart little fish quickly darted through the unguarded dragon's gate and waited. He began to feel himself growing as his fish scales changed into dragon scales. The transformation process is quite dramatic. The moment the cart jumped over the gate, the clouds and rain appeared. Fire from the sky shot down and burnt his tail, and the carp would soon be transformed into a dragon. Bigger and bigger he became until he transformed from a small carp into a huge dragon. In the meantime, the other dragon came back and realized how he had been tricked. He praised the new dragon, having tricked him, saying, "I am happy to have you as a dragon because you were brave and you have dedication and cleverness." They both smiled as the rain parted and the sun came out, and then there was a double rainbow that day.
Trap.